A tegu is a South American lizard that grows quite large, 3 to 4 feet, and is carnivorous, which means it eats other critters. They pose a threat because as a new predator in the system, they can potentially impact prey populations. They were first discovered in Florida in Hillsborough County in 2006. They were noticed in South Miami-Dade County in 2009. The epicenter of the invasion is right around in Florida City in the southern part of Miami-Dade County, and that puts that about equidistance between Everglades National Park and the Florida Power and Light Turkey Point Power Plant site, which has one of the largest nesting colonies of American crocodiles in Florida, and tegus are voracious nest predators. And also they've been heading down towards Crocodile Lake National Wildlife Refuge, which not only has nesting crocodiles, but is home to the last populations of the Key Largo wood rat and the Key Largo cottonmouse, which are endemic species found nowhere else. This also exposes the entire area of the Everglades footprint, which is the subject of a $10 billion restoration program, can also be vulnerable to invasion by tegus. University of Florida has been working with a number of agencies, Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, South Florida Water Management District, and Zoo Miami, to provide science support to enhance our ability to remove and contain tegus.
So we've been coordinating with the University of Florida for several years on exotic species, including tegus. And this past year, we actually were able to fund them to do some both surveying for exotic species and also some rapid response efforts.
We've been engaged in a number of different ways to inform us to how to remove them, which includes removing them directly. And our primary method for doing that is trapping. We catch 1 tegu for every 10 trap nights, which is quite a high rate of success. And we're also doing surveys because we have to answer the question is, are our removal efforts having an effect? There are 55 species of reptiles and amphibians breeding in Florida. Any one of them can become the next Argentine black and white tegu. Worse than that, there are over 140 species of introduced reptiles and amphibians in Florida that are waiting to take hold and become the next breeding species. So we're only in the very beginning of our battle.
What's up, guys? Tragic Reptiles here with another video. No guests tonight, but hey, I think we can deal with it. So, got a lot of cool stuff that I'm going to kind of show tonight. Just kind of working with some tegus and whatnot. I am hoping to see if you guys have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. So feel free in the comment section, ask away. And it should all pop up for me. So a couple shout outs I want to make. First and foremost, I want to thank Opulent Grow Tents for being one of my sponsors and working with these tegus and making really nice homes for them and kind of getting them all set up to live the best possible life that they can. Unfortunately, I don't live in Florida, or I don't live in an area where I could just house them outside. But for what it is, maintaining humidity and being able to set up the enclosure to what they need, it's perfect. I would also like to thank Gecko Junkie. Tristan, thank you so much for the bearded dragon here this past week. My wife was absolutely thrilled with the bearded dragon. This thing is a monster. I mean, it's just... She's sleeping right now, but she's got a personality to her. She's definitely something else, and she's gigantic. So pretty cool. Tristan, Gecko Junkie, go check them out. Crested geckos, leopard geckos, bearded dragons, any type of stuff that you may need for, housing your reptiles, or even as like, substrate, food. The dude's got it all. Hides, whatever it is. So he's got a ton of stuff. So thank you to Tristan. I would also like to thank Carlos Michelson with Tropical Reptiles in Florida. Very knowledgeable guy. I consistently talk to this guy. If you don't know who that is, go follow him. Shoot him a friend request. We have a group called Exotic Tegus. It's amazing. There are so many good people that are involved with Tegus that it's just it's just a beautiful group. There's not bashing and all this other shit that you see in other groups. So if you're going to be a part of a reptile group and you're interested in Tegus, I highly recommend that group. As well as if you are looking for a new Tegu, Carlos has got beautiful tier 1 Tegus. Go check those things out, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Joey Johnston from Rose City Reptiles. When I do get a hold of him, he's a great guy to talk to. He's got a lot of content and videos. I mean, just the dude is a maniac on Tegus and has just a ton of information available on YouTube. If you ever do buy a Tegu from him, you're definitely getting nothing but quality with him. So check out his stuff too. It's really, really good. We've also got, so on Facebook, we've got a Rep to Rescue group. Go check that out. Join that group. It's a really sweet group. We do, it's a lot of rescue stuff, but we also do some informational stuff like that. So check that out. Last but not least, usarkflorida.org. If you can, please make a donation. Contribute to all the shenanigans bullshit going on. Really, it sucks, and I'm not going to get into that because I'm going to have a whole different show on that. So stay tuned for that. But it's pretty rough, and they need our help down there. So give a shout out. But all right, let's get into it. So I recently got a wild Tegu, and this wild Tegu, I've gotten so many questions for setups. I've gotten questions on like feeding, housing. So if any of you do have a question, just please ask on here. I'm hoping to be able to help everyone out. None of my comments are popping up. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I don't know. So just shoot me a message, I guess, if I'm not able to see it come across. But I'm going to continue through anyways. So I'm going to, sorry, this is on my tablet tonight. My GoPro is down. So this is a 32 by 32 by 64 grow tent. This thing is phenomenal. Keeps humidity really well. And this is what I got my wild Tegu in. And tonight we're going to give him a bath. I'm going to kind of do a run through of what I normally do for all my Tegus, new, old, whatever. It looks like storm's out, so we may bring her out in a bit. She's going to be my big female for this year. So I've raised her up since a baby, so it's going to be a pretty cool year for us. So she's finally at that time. So this is my setup. I've got my heat lights over here, UVB over there, and she's began to get really creative on where she gets to burrow. So let's see if I can find her real quick. She hit pretty well this time. Oh, I found a Tegu. So one of the most important things that I can say for if you guys are having a grow tent, make sure that you guys have the correct depth of substrate, keeping that humidity in there. They love to burrow. So give them what they need, give them what they want. Now, this is a wild Tegu, okay? And a lot of people will bash wild Tegus. Now, if you ask me, I'm going to tell you go get a high quality Tegu because that Tegu is captive bred and is going to be an absolute pleasure to deal with. Now, I've been working with her nonstop. So her attitude and her behavior is amazing. Completely fine. She's definitely a hangout type. Doesn't really care about much. What I'll usually do is I'll take her right out. I'll just kind of let her hang out just for a minute, just to, if she is sleeping, kind of wake up and let her know, hey, it's time to come out and about. So we got some tongue flicks going on. She's pretty good. So strap her up top here. I'll take her to the bath. Jersey Herper, welcome, brother. It's been years since your last live. No, not quite. What do you use to keep the substrate in for the door? Gavin, hang tight. We will get to that shortly. As soon as I come back out here. All right, guys. So like I said, I'm on my tablet here. So I'm going to try my best here to show you guys exactly what I do for all my Tegus. Eat my assholes, my really good ones. But as you can tell, for a while, she's pretty awesome. I can pet here, here, here. She don't care. Is that right? Yeah. She's awesome. So, but I will say, the work you put in is going to show what you get out. So all I do is I take her out, I put her in. That's it. For younger Tegus, I will normally put like a brick on the inside, the middle of it, to where they can kind of I'll do a quarter away filled with water for the bathtub. I'll put the rock in the middle and they can kind of swim around, but then they can go and take a break. I feel like that's really important. You want to get them to exercise, get them to swim, and kind of just keep that activity level high. You were looking good. Yeah. Skinny but good. So I'll just show you in here real quick. See if we can switch this around. I can't. So, all right. So literally just hanging out. She is just chilling. And now normally what I will do is I will let them sit in here for, honestly, it depends. So I'm going to base it off of if good activity like this, just kind of soaking, taking it all in, not really panicking. I will do roughly about 8 to 10 minutes. And then I could go leave, go do my own thing, and then come back and, work with them a little bit. I will do short, brief interactions if they are pretty crazy. If they are pretty crazy, I make my interactions more frequent. So I'll give them like 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'll go do something. I'll leave. I'll shut the bathroom door. I'll come back in, make another interaction. Question from Gavin: do you put them in the bath every day? Sometimes. Babies, honestly, it depends on the attitude. So if you do put them in the bath too much, it'll actually dry out their skin. And those natural oils to help with shed and whatnot, they will actually not be able to shed as well. So as long as if you want to do baths every day, make sure that you're bringing in like coconut oil or something to keep their skin lubricated to where if they're shedding or whatnot to where they can get that off. But other than that, I will literally, let's try not to drop my my fucking tablet inside of the tub here. So literally, I will just come in. I'll do some pets. I'll do the pets on the back. I'll do some pets on the head, really light. And she's closing her eyes. She likes it. She's digging it. That's what you want. You want these good little experiences. If they sit for a certain, if they sit in the same spot for a certain amount of time, I'll kind of get them moving. I'll try and see if I can get them going a little bit to, swim around and be active. But, I don't really force it too much, which will bring me to my second part, which is when I take them out. Sometimes I will. Thanks, Reese. Shout out, man. So I will, if they are, I was talking to Paris today, and she had mentioned to me about her Tegus, maybe being a little bit wild at times. So what I do for a wild Tegu, if they are in the bathtub, but they're crazy all the time, they just are not chilling out. I'll go through probably about 3 or 4 rounds of trying to, get them to be comfortable. If they're not, what I'll do is I'll just sit in the middle of the bathroom floor. I'll shut the door, and I'll literally let them roam wherever they want. I'll just sit in here. I won't mess with them. I'll let them sit in here and I'll just let them do their thing. You want to really, I feel like from my experience and what I do, you don't want to be too fast. You don't want to rush anything. For when I first got her, I did not interact with her. I wanted to have as much interaction time with her from the moment I got her. And I do that with all my Tegus. From the moment that I get them, it's consistent interactions all the time. I don't know who the hell says 2 weeks. I'm not for it. I don't like it. That's just not how I go. If it works for them, great. But I'm just telling you guys what works for me. So other than that, the frequent interactions, they're going to get more used to you. They're going to like you a lot more. But you want to make sure that they end on a positive note. So going in and petting, just ensuring that you're not, because you are kind of above them in a bathtub. And that's, that's a predator approach. You want to make sure that you're just, soft, you're gentle. Don't come in with claws like that. You want to come either in with a fist, which is my go-to. I do that with all my Savannah monitors that I train and get new homes. It's always fist. I come down. Savannahs are always going to bite. That's just how they are, and that's what I've noticed. Any like fast, jolty, frequent movements, you're probably going to trip them out. So I would be really I'm always very slow when I move around them, just so they kind of know, they get the heads up, hey, he's moving. Okay, this is where he's going. That's for the ones that are not comfortable. Now, Storm, if I take her out, and I just I'll just let her roam the house, and she don't care. I could run past her, and she'll just kind of look at me like, where the hell are you in a rush to? So she's really good. She's the best one for sure. But I've got a lot of little ones that I'm training. I've got a lot of, I got a couple adults that I'm training that are pretty wild. If you guys have followed me on Instagram, I've got some videos on there. I think this past week I posted a video with my boy Sleet, who came from Eric Zukowski, and he's an asshole. So yeah, he wants to bite me. He wants to taste my flesh. That's for damn sure. But other than that, so just another interaction in the tub here. So if your tegus are kind of sketched out, and like when you come in and they kind of jolt, let them kind of jolt and get to a place where they're comfortable, and then just come in underneath their belly and just lift them up, just like this. Let them sit there. If they want to crawl off, let them. Don't chase them. Let them do their thing. Okay. The little tongue flicks, they're thinking. They're looking around. They're picking up these new scents. They're curious. These guys are so intelligent. So you need to really respect that and and take that into consideration. So like she walked away. She wasn't really interested in me messing with her, so I'll just leave her be. Okay, but it's short little interactions like that are really going to bring you closer to your tegu, or even Savannah monitor. I mean, this is the same stuff that I use for Savannah monitors, and it works phenomenal. I wasn't taught by anybody. I've just been so long into the hobby and so long into reptiles. It's just been I guess, years of experience that have kind of added up to me learning and understanding how they are. And tegus and Savannahs have always been like the soft spot for me. If I see one in rough shape, I got to get it. I want to help it. I want to do something for it. There's definitely a lot of deep compassion and love towards these two reptiles, these species. She's pretty much good. So she's having a really good time. She's just kind of hanging out. She's soaking. She's enjoying the water. So now all I'll do is I'll take her out. It's in the corner. Come up here underneath the belly. Bring her out. I'm going to set her on the towel. Hopefully she doesn't run out the door because the door is open. All right. So from this point, literally. Where you going, girl? You want to be on TV? I will literally, so I'll lay a towel down. Like if you've got all tile in your bathroom, I will lay them down and lay a towel down and just kind of let them do her thing. Her biggest thing, her favorite thing to do is to climb into the cupboards. She literally will pop it open, crawl inside there. 5 minutes later, I'm looking all over. She's ended up crawling up the curtains before in the bathroom, so she explores quite a bit. So a really good thing to do is to talk to them, talk with them, let them hear your voice, let them hear that you're around, your presence is being made. See what she does here. Let them know you're here. What I like to do is, if they get some tongue flicks, like, on your hand, that's good. They're smelling you. But just let them roam. Let them do whatever they want to do. Just stay still, stay in your spot. Talk to them. If you've got a name for them, talk to them by name. And that will just ensure a good, positive experience. And this is not captive bred. This is wild. So there's a lot of different things that come into play when, you're working with these guys, and, that's my whole purpose and goal, is to try and help you guys understand different methods and ways, to approach your reptiles and to hopefully train. And, maybe something works, maybe something doesn't. All reptiles are different. So you really got to keep that all in mind. For Tegus, they're pretty easy. I would say that they are definitely the easier ones I've worked with. So it's kind of a breeze for me. Savannahs were definitely, Savannahs and Niles is kind of a toss-up depending on the situation, depending on what you're doing. It really really depends on the situation. But Tegus are a breeze. They're absolutely great. So I've been working a lot with like my fingers, trying to draw her to different areas. I'll just go like this, and she's usually pretty interested to either smell or just kind of see what's going on. And now I want to add in there too is like, if they bite you and you jerk your hand, they are going to remember that. They are going to remember what that did. So if you don't jerk your hand, if you don't pull away, they're probably not going to do it again. I've had Niles bite me once, and I just left my hand completely still. It wasn't nice. It fucking hurt. But I didn't pull it, and they didn't do it again. So same thing with Savannahs. Nipped me once, and that was it. I didn't move my hand. I didn't pull back hard or anything like that to really kind of like scare them or anything like that. So that's really something you want to keep in mind on those interactions. You want to make them feel comfortable, not in a harmful situation, and get them used to your voice and your smell. Those are like the most important things. I had somebody messaging me today about enclosure sizes. Well, in my opinion, and what I've done, please don't go off my pants. What I've always done for my Tegus is, if they're small, I keep them in a visible, open enclosure. Okay, something I can see them, something they can see me. I'm able to provide everything that they need, but making sure that there's not too much space. Because if there's too much space, it could stress them out. It can make them go into that wild mode of, oh, we got a visitor. Just going to climb on the camera. You're a good listener when you want to be. But for enclosure sizes, though, I always recommend something open. This is the perfect size for like first-time grow time. Like this is great. Like a smaller size, not a 48 by 48 by 80. That's just bad news. It's too much, way too much. That 32 by 32 by 64, I think it is. That's a pretty good start for this size, and I mean they'll be in that for a little bit. I have 2 adult Tegus in a 48 by 48 by 80. So that's really, I mean, that's when you set it up, that's a huge grow time. So I mean that's the perfect length and width for having them move around. And like I've noticed a lot of good behavior, good signs off that. You know, nothing wild, nothing crazy. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Just gotta do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come here. You just want to say hi. This is Lagatha, by the way. Yeah. Tell Mom. Tell me what's up. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Come here. So normally after I do this, you know, being in the bathroom for a little bit, I will take them out and I will literally just open the bathroom door. As long as I had a good experience here. Hold on here. You're really helpful. Well, Gavin, anytime, man. Any questions, please ask. And you know, this is why I'm here. I'm just trying to help people out. I don't need to make a dime off this. I just love reptiles. I'm just trying to help people do what they love. But so after I take them out of the bath for a while, adults, babies, whatever it is, let them crawl around, let them hang out, and once they're done, open the door. Open the door, let them out, let them walk around. Before you do that, obviously make sure that you've got all your stuff Tegu proof, or in my case, baby proof, to where they, you know, can't get in small crevices. They can't get into electrical components, TVs, stuff like that. You really want to avoid that. So her, I usually will just take her out and I'll just go downstairs and I'll watch TV with her and just kind of hang out like that. She normally, when I do like feedings and stuff like that for the other reptiles we have, I kind of give her, you know, I'll let her wander around a little bit, but I keep a close eye on her because she's very curious. She's young. I feel like the younger they are, the more curious they are. Yeah, she's incredible. So, and it's wild. So I'm going to take her back and I'm going to get you guys all situated. So give me 2 seconds here. Get her latched up. Oh, I smell Tegu shit brewing. Are you gonna do it on me? Yeah, I think you are. I wouldn't be surprised. You're gonna shit on my shirt. There you go. So literally, yeah, I'll just let her, you know, wander around and whatnot and just kind of hang out for a little bit. Looks like Storm went back, so let me see if let's see where she's at. Looks like she went down for the night. So sorry, guys. If you guys want to see who Storm is, go on Instagram, check out my page, and you can see some photos. But in the future, we are going to have some. Definitely, we're going to be talking with a couple other people on, you know, what's going on in Florida, USARK Florida. You know, the Tegu ban. You know, kind of figuring out what's going on there. Opinions, you know, so there's gonna be a lot of good stuff being talked about there, and I feel like there's a lot of light to be shed. If you noticed in the video earlier that I posted at the beginning, you know, this isn't the only invasive species, and even if we take these guys out, you know, what's next? You know, is it gonna be you know, it could be pythons. It could be, I mean, there's a couple other ones that are really like, you know, then what? You know, take Tegus out, ban Tegus, then what? You know, so it's kind of shitty. But I won't get into that. All right, so we've got Austin. Austin's got a question here. Do you reinforce the walls for the grow tent to prevent tearing of the tent? Trying to put 2 foot of topsoil, just worried about the tent will rip. No, it will not rip. This is made with the Mylar, okay? And this Mylar, man, you could fill this thing with substrate, and I doubt it will rip. I will, if you fill that thing with substrate and it rips, and if it's not Opulent or Melon Farms, I'll buy you a grow tent. I 100%. So I'm sponsored by Opulent, but I just tried a Melon Farms because they were out of stock and I needed to have one. So with that being said, I bought one. So I have no issues with it. And I can kind of show you that setup here in a little bit. But for reinforcing it, no. Reinforce the bottom of it. You don't need to reinforce the sides. Now what I like to do I guess you could call it reinforcement, but you get a pissed off Tegu that's big enough and strong enough, it's going to just tear right through it. I take, if you go to Home Depot or you can go to Lowe's, Lowe's rarely ever has it. But if you go to Home Depot, they always have it. It's in the lawn and garden section. And it is a bamboo fencing. It's actually the exact size of a 48 by 48 by 80, so you don't even need to cut it. And literally, you can just tuck it in. So where you've got your fence posts in, or your frame, you can literally tuck it behind both sides. So you tuck it in the bottom first, and then you go along the top, and you just feed it through underneath. It's on like a little rope kind of like wire-ish that keeps it all together. Taking it loose. So literally, if you do that, perfectly fine. I've got the vent open in the rear because I have the vent or the bamboo lined all across it, and that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. Now, another thing to really stress too as well is the fact that if you've got it lined really well and you set up your enclosure to where there isn't areas to where, come here, you're being a stinker. I know, you're being a stinker. If you set it up to where, so like where you put your hides, where you put your basking spot, stuff like that, you're not giving them an opportunity to create a opportunity to get out because they're not going to be looking at it. They're very intelligent. They're very smart. But if you think like a Tegu, guess what? They're not going to go that way. I've only had ever one time. I had one Tegu ever get out on me one time. And it was because the vent that I had in the back, which I can show here in a second. Come here, goofball. I'm going to put you back. I'm a good girl. Yes, a good girl. Yeah. And another thing, quit being gentle with your Tegus. Give them a good pet. They're not like little chickens or little birds or rats. It's a Tegu, okay? Rub them. They like it. I think I'm probably the only guy that in a cutoff shirt will handle Tegus. And I mean, I've got scratches all over. So that's another thing too. If you really want gloves, then go get your gloves. But you might as well get used to it because guess what? Their nails only get sharper. Let's see if I can prop this up here. And I'm actually going to go inside of the new enclosure I built so I can kind of I can get you some information. Austin, absolutely, man. I mean, honestly, there's not enough of this information out, and this is the whole reason why I'm doing it. Like I said, I just love doing it, and if I can help somebody from, the information that I learn and spread it on somebody else to, prepare for better husbandry and make them a better reptile keeper, fuck yeah. You know, this community isn't going too hot right now, to be 1,000% honest with you. And we need to not be so negative towards one another on different methods that each other has, because guess what? There's more than one way to skin a cat. All right. If it works and that animal is thriving, why are you going to bash somebody on it? Are you going to bash them because it's not the way you do it? But if the animal's thriving, what sense does that make? So everyone, I mean, there's probably people that are on this making comments that I can't see, that, you know, oh, he's got fucking grow tents, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I don't fucking care. I like it. It works for me. And, you know, if you really want to bash me, I just think you're you're the trash of the reptile community, unfortunately. Quit bashing people, you know, appreciate people's different approaches. And, you know, as long as they're healthy, they're good, they're getting everything that they need, and they're thriving, the fuck's the issue? So I'm going to kind of dial it back here. Austin, you said Vival Sun. Vival Sun, yes, I've actually never owned any of their tents. A friend of mine actually has. He uses all their stuff. I haven't heard anything negative about it. But from my experience, I'm going to tell you to go with either Melon Farms or Opulent. And I don't make anything off this. They just hooked me up to talk about it. So, what's up, Renee? Dakota's Tegu is such a dick. Probably because he doesn't work with it like I do. If you guys got any more questions, please ask. Please ask. Hammer them out. I know I've got a couple other questions on here. Let me see. Let's see if I can pull it up, because I feel like there are people watching, commenting that I'm just not seeing anything on. What's up, Eric Rye? See, like, I couldn't see his comment a second ago, and now I see it on Facebook, and I can see him. What the fuck is going on? All right, so yeah. If you're still tuning in, I'll kind of show you the grow tent. This is a Melon Farm grow tent. This is it's really thick, which I really appreciate and like. And for full-size Tegus, I think that's pretty good. That's pretty centered. I wish you guys could just feel the humidity that's coming out of this right now. It's incredible. Nice Tegu poop everywhere. Literally, it was clean like an hour ago. Looks like they're both burrowed. So this was literally I wouldn't say last minute, but I would say no, it's actually going to make it worse, Renee, because it's outside. Yeah, that sucks. All right, so over here, okay, I have literally got, so this was like kind of like last minute build. This is what I had. One of the males that I got was pretty unexpected, and we made it work. It's literally probably about 50% done right now. But this weekend I'll post some photos of how it will look. It'll look really rad. So this is a big hide burrow spot. I've literally probably have, I would say, somewhere between 2.5 to 3.5 feet of substrate in there. So they can really, really burrow. And I've got on some ends where it's like it gets up to 4.5, 5. I've got it different all throughout, so it's a it's a pretty big. They've got all varieties in there of land and kind of what they're going through. So I've got some slate up there for to regulate temperature, bring more temperature in. Excuse me. Thanks, Renee. Appreciate it. It'll attract more heat from the heat bulbs that are up there. I've got 3 heat bulbs, and I have the highest wattage UVB. And like this is some of the like bamboo fencing that I've got in here. Literally, it'll just tuck up behind it. Tuck the bottom first, then you do the top. You slide it in on an angle. It doesn't break it at all. It doesn't do anything damaging to it. So it's A1. I highly recommend it. I think we have a visitor. Let's see if I can show you guys. Psst. What's your name? What is your name? You guys seen it move. All right. I'll go out a second. Come here, Storm. What's up, girl? What's up, girlie? Come on. Come on, girl. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? This is my big baby Storm. She's gonna claw the fuck out of me. But she really is she's a sweetheart. She's my little baby. But other than that, always use a temperature gun for checking what your what your temps are, hotspot, ambient, everything. Make sure it's spot on. She's my big roamer. She likes to just kind of go around, do her own thing. Yeah, it's a good girl. Huh? Stay social, stay active. I can't stress that enough. That's how you get these good Tegus, these good loving, like you see on TikTok, you see on Instagram, like I think it's what Blue the Tegu or something like that. I don't even know because I'm too busy messing with mine. But you can get them that tame, but I mean you just have to put in the time for them. That's really the most ideal thing. Go back in here. Go back in here. She's a good girl. Pretty girl. Yeah, I know. But she's awesome. She's probably gonna claw out one of my gauges. But yeah. So if you guys have any questions though, please feel free to message me. I do have a couple of videos that are going to be released here in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be how to grow or how to make a grow tent, establishing like different training drills with your Tegus, and savannas. I will be having some savannas come in within the next week or two. The ones that were supposed to come in last week, I did not like any of them, so absolutely said no. But for the guys that are hopefully coming up, hopefully we got a good batch, a good group. I'll probably have around 12 to 20 available. So with that, if you guys want one, it's about 3 months waiting. I train them completely, and then as long as they're healthy and tame, they find a new home. So other than that, Storm, Tragic, we're out of here. Huh? Yeah. Tell 'em. See ya. See you later, motherfuckers. Toodle-doo. All right. All right, guys. So any questions, feel free. Shoot me a message. Talk some shit. Tell me how terrible my camera was. Share some content. Ask whatever you need. You know, kind of whatever. What would you recommend for a baby? A baby Tegu? More specifics, please. So for a baby Tegu, literally, I recommend. So what I used to do and what I noticed a lot on, and you know, for like behavioral wise, it was simply the fact of having that level of exposure, having the open tank. I think I had. Man, I can't remember, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. It was a front opening enclosure. I want to say maybe it was like a 40 gallon. I don't remember what it was. If you message me, I can send a picture of exactly what it was. It was a really big front opening enclosure. Yeah, this isn't going to work to kind of explain it. But I used that, and I want to say it was probably about a 40 gallon, 40, or it has to be a 40 gallon. So I used that, and it was really good because it had like plastic pieces on the top that would actually help keep the humidity in. Tremendous. That thing was awesome. Now there are now being more made of grow tents that are like mini grow tents. Those are sweet. Before those weren't around, and before I wasn't, you know, I didn't know too much about them, so I was not going to take a chance of putting a reptile in a grow tent, and you know, because all I heard was negative things, nothing positive. So, you know, just do your research, get the knowledge you need, and then make that decision. I hear it take you. Anyways, so yeah, just make sure that, I mean, if you've got a front opening enclosure, man, you can use that thing for a while. And that thing is, I mean, those things, like, those are really bread and butter to use. And I've used that for savannas. I've used it for Niles. I've literally used a 48 by 48 by 80 grow tent, and I've had 16 baby savanna monitors in it. Now, I was treating them all the same. I would literally go in there, sit down, hang out with them, you know, play with each one of them. It took a lot of time, but nothing negative from it. And I'm sure there will be some people that are like, what the fuck? Why did you do that? Well, that's what I decided to do. And all that matters is what I want to do. Yes, I think it actually was an Exoterra. Yeah, I would highly recommend that. If you only have, like, if you're only getting one Tegu, then yeah, just do that. But if you're doing like a smaller grow tent, make sure that it's not like a foot wide, and then like so far long, because, you know, it can be long, but it needs to be wide enough as well. You know, the 48 by 48 by 80, it's perfectly well placed for them to live in. Same thing with the, you know, the 32 by 32 by 64. There's enough space to go left to right and forward to back. You want it to be longer, but also not so just like they're walking back and forth in a tank or like up and down a line. It can be pretty irritating for So yeah, that's what I would do. Maybe like, yeah, see, I'd have to look it up and see what the sizes are, but, you know, probably, I think somewhere between 3 to 4 feet by like, you know, could be, I think there's one by like 3 foot by like 6 foot or something like that. I don't know. It's weird. But grow tents come in weird sizes, so they're primarily just tier 1 for length, or height. So, but yeah. Any other questions? Ask them now or forever. Just deal with your own problems on your own time. Just kidding. Please ask. Fucking Reese. I think I pretty much touched on a lot of stuff tonight. You know, obviously the in-depth videos that are coming up here soon are going to really be resourceful and impactful upon, you know, people that are new to Tegus or just reptile care. So just, you know, keep that in mind, that the content's going to be out here soon. We are also going to have some kid-friendly material, so I will be not able to say fuck. I won't be swearing or saying anything ill-advised. I'm actually going to have my son involved making these videos. So I think it would be really cool if you've got kids, or, you know, like we'll be doing stuff with leopard geckos, ball pythons, stuff like that. And, you know, he's going to help me with it. So hopefully you guys can tune in and, you know, enjoy that as well. I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun being able to bond with my son and reptiles and shit. Austin, let's see here. What is your favorite morph of Tegu? You know, I really like the reds, but I've really come to learn that reds are assholes. I don't know what it is, man. But that's just my experience. Are they actually? Probably not. I mean, I don't really know. But I think reds are gorgeous. But they are, everyone that I've had has been finicky. I mean, just like skittish and just, you know, really, really jolty, and it just kind of sucks. I've really grown to, eventually, Carlos Michelson has, with Tropical Reptiles Florida, he has, there's a glacier line he has, and I know xTEGUS. I think it's xTEGUS. xTEGUS or Jesse's Jungle. I am so sorry. It's one of you guys that came up with the black bloodline. Now that's gonna kill me right now if I don't remember that here. Bear with me, guys. I like really dark Tegus. So for me, the type of Tegu, Chicoans, absolutely. I love how big they get. They are absolutely incredible. I really like the high whites. I'm contrast colors. I mean, black and white. I mean, that's like, those are A1. So Brandon Aldridge, which he is with xTEGUS. He came out with the black blood Tegus. So he bred a burnt nose black and white Tegu with a pure red Tegu to make the black blood Tegu. And dude, those are amazing. This shit's fire. I love that. So shout out to him. And if you want to see some pictures, go on Morph Market, or you can go to his Facebook page, xTEGUS. And dude, sick. Absolutely sick. And there's a ton of other Tegus, but the group, Exotic Tegus group, and Tropical Reptiles Florida, and Tragic Tegus. If you go on there, we'll get you in that group, and man, you will see some Tegus like you have never seen before. some oranges, some reds, some just, I mean, whites, blacks. I mean, just everything. It's all across the board. Blues. I mean, everything. Let's see here. So when would you recommend switching them after they've been in a tank? I would recommend after like measuring. So if you're looking at the length, I think it is 1.5 times their length. I normally, the way I do it is if you take one of them, you stack one of the same in front of the other, and you take that length. If they're as long as that tank, I go bigger. That's my opinion. That's what I do. I like it to be spacious, but not too spacious. You know, taking a baby and throwing them into a 48 by 48 by, 80 grow tent. Don't do it. Not good. Not only is it going to be a pain in the ass to deal with, it's going to be hard to find all the time. So let me see if I can take out one of my little babies here. Baby-ish. So this is one of my younger ones. Youngest one I have now, but this is a black and white from what I know at this point. We'll kind of see as it goes. I'm told it's a blue, but we'll see. We'll see with time. But like I said, just working with these guys. Get them to where you want them. So any more questions here? We got about, I'd say, a couple more minutes here. If y'all got any questions, please ask. If not, get the fuck out of here. Just kidding. I also want to give a shout out actually to Mickey with the Show Me Reptiles show. That show is incredible. So much variety, so many different flavors there. You are bound to see just about anything. I think every time I've either been at the show or I'm actually about to vend at these shows. We were supposed to at the January 2nd one, and unfortunately we couldn't make it to that. I got some family stuff going on. But I've seen like kangaroos and like weird shit and big ass turtles, and I mean, shit was awesome. And they are getting like more, more renown all over. They're spreading to more states. So it's definitely a show like you want to check out. You don't want to miss that. So I gotta come up with a name for you. Yeah, I gotta figure one out because I have no clue. I know, we got a lot going on, huh? Yeah. Little baby. This is definitely one of my shoulder buddies. She just hangs out. This is what everyone wants, you know. It's the experience. She's cool. But all right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm going to give her a bath, and we will be back with some more content. I think we're going to have a live video this weekend, Saturday at 9 p.m. So tune in if you can. I'm not going to release what it's about yet, but on Wednesday, it will be released. We will have some more merch and stuff coming out to where you can pick up some sweatshirts and stuff like that. We're going to have some brand new Tegu apparel coming out. I'm super excited about that. The designs are sick. So if you guys like one, I'm selling them really cheap too, and it's really good quality. So why wouldn't you want to pick one up? So, but all right. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, for those of you that did. And I'm going to go and think of a little name for this one. If you guys think of a female name that's not that basic Tegu shit, I'm all ears. Anything Viking related? That's kind of what I'm on right now. Got Odin, Thora. Yeah, variety. All right. Much love, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see y'all soon. Appreciate it.